What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I want to talk about those promo cards that are coming out in Japan. You see, the new V-Jump has just come out in Japan, and when you buy the new issue of V-Jump magazine, you get yourself a promo tamer, and you get yourself a promo V-Dramon. Sounds good, right? The thing is, in the magazine itself, they've actually gone and suggested a particular deck list that you should use to play these cards, and I thought, that sounds like the kind of thing we need to talk about on this channel. So we better start off, I suppose, reminding ourselves about exactly what it is that these promos do. So we got ourselves a V-Dramon. It's a level 4, 5,000 power, 6 cost to play normally, 2 cost to evolve. All fine. When you attack, if you've got a blue tamer, you may discard 3 cards on the top of your deck and give yourself an extra 2,000 power until the end of your turn. And then it's got an inheritable skill whereby when you attack, you may return 3 non-Digi-Egg cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck and draw 1 card. So you've got extra power before you evolve, and you've got to discard cards to do so, but then you get them back when you attack after having evolved and you draw cards in the process. But the thing is, you're discarding random cards and then getting back specific cards that you want. This is actually going to lead to really good consistency, because essentially what you're doing here is thinning out your deck and then putting exactly the cards you want back. That is a very, very good thing. And then the promo tamer we've got here comes along. Now this is a 2 cost tamer, which is good, and it's got a permanent skill rocking whereby if you've got a Digimon that contains V-Dramon in its name, you may rest the card and either draw 1 or give one of your Digimon an extra 1,000 power until the end of the turn. Bearing in mind you're also drawing cards with V-Dramon here, and extra power is always good. This seems like a really nice tamer. So then the question becomes, alright then, what does this magazine reckon we should all play with it? Let's have a look, shall we? Now, in terms of the Digitama, they are very much going for New Evolution Digitama. They think we should be playing 4 copies of Uppermon. Now, Uppermon here is the one whereby when you attack, if your opponent has any Digimon with no evolution sources, you draw a card. This one is proving to be pretty gosh darn popular as it goes, so yeah, this is the one most people tend to be going towards, at least at this early moment. But you can play 5 Digitama, so there's also 1 copy of Wanyamon in here. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon with no evolution sources, you get an extra 2,000 power. No, it's not going to work all the time, but sometimes it will, and when it does, it's gonna be beautiful. Now, looking into level 3 Digimon, we've actually got 2 identical vanilla Digimon. We got the Gomamon from the starter set and the Elecmon from New Evolution. And we're seeing these popping up more and more. As a side note, this list is coming in a magazine which we would expect to generally be pretty bad, but actually that's seeming quite in line with some of the other blue decks we've seen from kind of pro players from other games. These are both 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 3,000 power Digimon. They're cheap to play normally and they've got 3,000 power. You're not going to be able to get that many Digitama hatched. It's 1 every 2 turns, so playing these for a little bit of bulk makes a lot of sense. And then we're playing Gabumon here. When you play it, you draw a card. Again, you're not going to want to evolve this one up. This one is just a play normally, but it's only 1,000 power, but you get to draw a card. We're seeing a fair bit of draw power in this deck. That is a very, very good thing. And then we see Armadillomon as well. Now, you've got to be a little bit careful with Armadillomon here, because the thing about Armadillomon is you risk having to pass the turn. If you've got 0 memory and you evolve, you pass the turn. This one you really don't want to evolve. You want to play it normally, 2 cost, 4,000 power. Oh my goodness, yes. And then it is things like Gomamon and Elecmon that you are probably going to be evolving up here. Now, moving into level 4's, obviously worth pointing out here that the promo itself is a level 4, and this is definitely one of the ones we are going to be trying to focus on a little bit. It's kind of the point of the deck. But we've also got ourselves the secret rare Digimon. And as a playset, and I'm sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a really good card, and I know it's a secret rare, and I know it's difficult to get hold of, etc, etc, etc. I apologise. It is one of those things. It is a really good card. 6 cost to play normally, free to evolve, 6,000 power. But once during your turn, when you attack, if you have a tamer, you make it active. Now, bearing in mind you are playing this deck needing to have blue tamers out, you're going to try and have a tamer out at all times, which makes this Digimon really, really good. And then an inheritable skill whereby if you've got a blue tamer, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 power. Make no mistake about it, the level 4s we're looking at in this deck are very much Digimon. Now there is another level 4, it's Grizzlymon, it's your blocker. Grizzlymon is your generic blue blocker. 5 cost to play normally, 2 to evolve, 6,000 power with blocker, and when you attack you lose 2 memory. There was one of these for each colour in the starter decks. This is the blue one. You need blockers. You need to be able to stop your opponent attacking, so you know what? Why would you not go into this, ladies and gentlemen? Why would you not? Now, in terms of level 5s here, we do actually see Loader Leomon. Now, Loader Leomon is fine. It is a vanilla card. There's no skills. But as I talked about in a video yesterday, just because you're vanilla doesn't mean you're a bad Digimon card. 10,000 power on a level 5 is nuts over the top great. And 7 cost to play normally or free to evolve with 10,000 power is really good. Bearing in mind you can always use the Promo Tamer to give yourself an extra 1,000 power if you need it, and what we have is a very cheap, very bulky, very dangerous Digimon. Now in the magazine, the one they actually suggest you kind of focus on here as a level 5 is Cerberumon. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing that badly. Cerberumon? Kind of like Cerberus, the three-headed demon dog thing. When you attack, twice per game, you may discard 3 cards from your hand to make this Digimon active. Now, first of all, making yourself active is brilliant because it means that all of a sudden you're getting extra attacks. You attack, oh, I make myself active. I attack, oh, I make myself active. I've used this Digimon 3 times in my turn. Now, the thing to remember here is that you actually do need quite a lot of cards to make this work, because you're constantly discarding cards from your hand. You're going to run out of cards in your hand. Well, remember the Promo Digimon says that when you attack, you draw a card. And you've got the Tamer that lets you draw a card. So the 2 promos together will let you draw 2 cards, and you're discarding 3. So really here, now the Tamer does have to rest, so it only works once. The Digimon is not limited to once during your turn. You can do it as often as you like. Well, as many times as you're allowed to attack anyway. So this actually really helps to mitigate. And that's why Cerberumon is such a good partner with these promos, because they're letting you draw cards. Don't forget Gabumon will as well, if you've got memory to spare. And then all of a sudden you're actually making this work, and I kind of love it. The synergy here is kind of beautiful, and I'll be honest with you, right? I'm kind of into it. Now there is one level 6 we're playing here as well. It is Metal Garurumon. 12 cost to play normally, 3 cost to evolve, 11,000 power. But when you attack, you may play a level 4 or less Digimon from your evolution sources as a separate Digimon without paying its cost. Yeah, so basically you evolve up, and then you start just peppering as Digimon out again. Clearly, Gabumon's an awesome one here, because when you play it using this skill, you will draw a card. That's quite lovely. Worth noting it is level 4 or below, which is really sad, because Cerberumon here would be amazing, because you could essentially evolve up, even though you don't really want to, because you like being able to make yourself active, and then just deploy it and be fine. It doesn't work with level 5s. Also doesn't work for Loader Leomon, which is really sad because what you'd be able to do is evolve up for 3 rather than 12, and then you would be able to roll, but that's a little bit sad. And it doesn't mean you haven't got others. I mean, your 2 Digimon are probably your 2 best ones, or wait, Grizzlymon. Essentially, you evolve up through and then deploy Grizzlymon as a blocker. That sounds pretty good to me. But then again, you've also got your Digimon here, including the secret rare. Now, you do lose the inheritable skill, which sucks, but you gain the whole, yeah, you get to make yourself active and attack twice per turn. That's kind of awesome. Now, in terms of option cards, this plays the kind of option cards we've seen from other blue decks, which is kind of awesome, including a playset of Cocytus Breath. You return one of your opponent's Digimon to their hand, discarding all evolution sources from it. First of all, it means that they are going to have a Digimon with no evolution sources, which helps with Uppamon here. But also, it means that you're just completely neutering your opponent's game plan here. This is better as a security card because you're not having to pay 7 to actually play it. But make no mistake about it, this one can be really, really good. This one can be awesome. The other one we see is just a 2-cost card that gives you Jammer. It gives one of your Digimon Jammer, meaning they're not destroyed by security cards. This is phenomenal with the secret rare Vidramon or with Suburamon, because both of them make themselves active. But if you get destroyed fighting a security card, you don't make yourself active. By using V-Nova Blast, and remember it's till end of turn, not just for one attack, you can attack twice in a turn with Vidramon or 3 times in a turn with Suburamon, and you know for a fact you are not getting destroyed by a security Digimon, so you can then keep making yourself active and attacking. V-Nova Blast with these 2 Digimon is a brilliant, brilliant combo that I'm kind of in love with. And then we've got one of, or at least 2 of, the other blue tamer, the one from New Evolution. At the beginning of the turn, if your memory is 2 or less, you make it free. Really good to make sure you don't get stuck with 1 or 2 memory. And during your turn, you may play a blue Digimon and rest this card, and then discard an evolution source from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, it can be useful for getting Uppamon working, or just taking away inheritable abilities that your opponent would frankly rather have on the field. I like this deck. Generally with magazine decks, we're expecting them to kind of suck. But this doesn't suck. This is really good. I think this is a genuinely, legitimately good deck. It's got good synergy, and look, it's in the magazine. It's basically saying go buy 3 more magazines to get 3 more of each of the promos. But I tell you what, this genuinely looks like a deck that's actually got a chance to be awesome, which is not what I expect from magazine decks, and I'm a little bit into it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.